What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video for the week of March 28th to April 1st. Okay, last week it was crazy. I'm not sure the FOMO is going to continue or not. That's going to be a big question for this week. I think it's going to die down because we are nearly reaching the the top right here. So basically, last week, man, I was wrong. I was expecting, to hit the 200 days moving. It would go back, right? But, this was strong, okay? On Monday, I believe, right, the Monday they went up, you know. Monday, they go down. Monday, Jerome Powell came out, right, and said, yeah, there's nothing going to stop him from doing a double rate hike, right? The market went down and then went back up. This is a one hour chart, right? Went down, and then the next day it gap up, and then on Tuesday back down, fill the gap, and then it went on. Like the sentiment is so bullish that it's crazy. Like I got stopped out from a few of my short. Lucky I closed out some too, so it was a slap to my face in some way, you know. But at this point, we'll see whether or not the question is whether or not we continue to go up, right? So I mean, it's going to depend on the S&P has like Apple, Amazon, and whether or not they continue because they are strong compared to the SPY itself. So at this point, like to be honest, if we this is the mark right here, like 458.50. So if we make that high, I think we have potential to go higher because I mean at this point there is really like bad news wise. I mean, unless we got really bad news, then we're gonna back down. But at this point, we don't know whether or not like Putin, like because let me see, Biden did come out this weekend and like, yo, we gotta take out Putin, that was like unexpected like escalation, right? So that's another thing. I'm not sure what Putin gonna do, but maybe nothing because Putin is actually losing the war right now. Like, man, Ukraine, let's go. But at this point, I don't know what's going to do. And like Putin, I'm not sure Putin's going to just give this up. But if he does, we might, like if we go above this level here, 458.50, that mean like if we did, that mean we make a high. We all make a high at this point, but this is going to be significant. So if we do go above this level, most likely we might see a high and like what can cause that, maybe like the war in Ukraine ended, Putin come out and like just claim some victory and then say that's it, over, so hopefully, I'm not sure that I'm hopefully that would happen and we will see, but I'm not sure what the Biden remarked over the weekend, if that's gonna do anything. So that's Putin might like, yo, we gotta clap that boy, he got a big mouth, We'll see what happens. That's another thing. Like right now, that's another wild card. Putin is the wild card at this point, Well, China too. China hasn't picked side yet because I guess Putin was like, yo, I'm gonna take this shit like 1 or 2 weeks, right? Then he like it's already a month now, so she was like, I can't do anything at this point. I'm just gonna declare COVID emergency and stay away, all of y'all. So that's right now. She is also a wild card, but we'll see what happens. But at this point right now, to be honest, this is the level to watch out for next week. If the FOMO still exists, that is the level to the bull has to go above. If not, I'm assuming we're going to pull back because I don't think we right now everything else we have like the problem. There are more problems, inflation, oil prices. I mean, that's part of inflation, and then the Fed. Those are the ones that are going to be controlling, and then the Fed is going to double rate hike, right? If you're going to see the, let me see here, the Fed rate hike, it went up crazy over the weekend, right? This one went up 72. I was shocked. I just opened it up and I was like, wow, look at that graph. It just went like straight up. So at this point right now, I mean, that has to be in the market, right? That's something. Sooner or later, it's going to hit, right? And especially, look, these move up right here. The volume is timid at this point. So, I mean, I will see. I mean, I would glad to see this if it go above. That means it's good news. But most likely, I think we're going to pull back. Where are we going to pull back, right? At this point right now, if I put in the Fibonacci retracement, 50% is going to be around here, 434. And then for 61%, it's going to be 430. So probably around there, or worst case scenario, if it does go back to this trend line, I think that's very bearish, because that's a huge pullback. So we'll see what happened here. This week is going to be determinant factor. And then we also have nothing much on this. Well, we do have something. We do have a PCE, that something that inflation related. We'll see if right now I think the forecast is 5, I believe. That's something to look at. Yeah, so we'll see what happened on Wednesday. And then we also have the monthly employment report too. So that's two things to look. But for now, maybe from Monday to Tuesday, the market might try to attempt this, and then we'll see what the data come out on Wednesday going to be. So that what is to consider. But at this point, I think we're going to pull back unless the FOMOs continue, because like GME went crazy, AMC went crazy, all the Wii stock went crazy, BB, BlackBerry, and all these like shorted stock went crazy last week. So I mean the FOMO is definitely back, but like at this point the volume right here doesn't say that like the institution was the one that participating. This is more like a retail push up right here. So the FOMO is real last week, but I'm not sure it's going to continue, because just like I said, this level is something to watch. Okay, so basically that's the SPY. Okay, and the QQQ here, the Nasdaq still, I mean, it's still lagging. It's still below the 200-day moving average, but this is something we want to look at too, the 370 level. So that's something to watch for. It is strong, but it is still lagging. The one thing here I'm seeing is that the IWM here, like interest rate hike, this gonna interfere with this, right? This small cap, a lot of growth stock, right? It did not participate last week. It did not make a high last week. Well, it did right here, but it did not like go above, right? So it did pull back right at this trend line right here. So right now, this is more like a leading indicator to me. Okay, that's one of the leading indicator, I think. So this is saying it's going to pull back, but we'll see what happens. The DIA, which is the Dow Jones right now, I mean, is also under the 200-day moving average. That's a level to watch for. Okay. So same thing, very similar to the QQQ. The Dow Jones Transportation, this also, right? This should be leading, right? Or at least coincident with it. But last week, it didn't move. It's actually just stay consolidating. It could just consolidate sideways and then move up. We'll see what happens. But at this point, it did signal anything either. It's like it's more like bearish compared to the other chart. Let me see here. TLT trying to break down to low. I think this might be I don't think it's going to go lower. We'll see what happens. But Jongbon, it did give up last week. So that's a signal for the rate hike, right? So right now, I mean, that's concurrent with the Jongbon. Gold is moving up. Possible inflation. Did say sign of that. Oil ripping up last week. I didn't expect the rip to be so quickly. I thought it was going to consolidate sideways a little bit, but it is moving. XLF here, it is moving up also. So at this point, the XLF, I mean, the rate hike possible. It is bullish for the financial. Energy, I mean, that's moving up. Utility, you can't have utility all the way like make new high here. Like you can see that, like you can have a bullish market, but yet utility is making new high. That's a questionable, right? Mash mouth semiconductor right at the 200-day moving average, very similar to the QQQ. I think this is a healthcare sector. Healthcare sector is okay. Well, this European, it didn't move. It still continues sideways. I'm not sure if it's gonna be able to go up to this level or not. So I mean, I already started a short position on this anyway, but we'll see. But I don't think it has strength to go up anymore. Look at the volume. It's dying volume right now. Apple, man, Apple did ramp up. Look at that, how strong it goes, and it nearly make a high here. This one, like this, make this high. So we'll see if this trend, the trend on Apple continue. That might pull Nasdaq up and SPY up. So we'll see. I think the big cap right here is going to be the main thing, right? The Tesla that went crazy last week also. Microsoft here. I mean, Microsoft is not that strong, but it did kind of like sideways a little bit. Google went crazy up, right? Amazon here too. Amazon spike up. Also, wow, it make a high here after the split decision. They went back down. Oh wow. NVDA, look at that. Also make a high here. So it is a very strong. Like all the chip sector stock last week, it went crazy. Yeah, so those things I think you have to look for, because those are like the people say that they are basically people trying to like the safe haven right now. We'll see, but I don't know. Just something to watch for, okay? Because if they all move up, the big cap, the S&P/Y gonna move up, and the QQ gonna move up, and if they move above that level, 380 something for the SPY, that very bullish. But at this point, I guess that's the general picture of the general market, okay? And then so that's it. And then we have earning play this week, right? So Xpeng, the China stock, is gonna have early morning Monday morning, so you won't be able to play unless you play it already on Friday. I'm gonna just wait and see how it is, and then maybe downplay it, until the gap right here. Gap fill 22. We'll see how the earning come out. We have Dave and Buster. I mean, it's this is something I would just watch, because discretionary and restaurant. DOI Darden didn't do well last week either, so I'm questioning about this, but I'm gonna just wait, because right now, I mean, the demand is still decent. I went to restaurant and I see restaurants still packed, and then the traffic are still packed. Yeah, so basically nothing has cramped down yet, even though the gas price has gone up. If there is maybe slightly, maybe like 5-10%, very unnoticeable at this point. So right now, discretionary stock like this, I mean, I think this is like referred to the last quarter. I think this current quarter might have some tremendous effect. The next one probably will be more, but right now, this last quarter, I think they would do okay. They probably won't do bad, but okay. Academy Sport and Outdoor. I mean, this one they had a somebody come out and upgrade this thing, and it has ran up already. So at this point, I wouldn't suggest to play it and just watch and see what happened. Okay, I have Con. I still have this in here. You know what? Discretionary. This look like a freaking rising wedge or rising channel. This probably gonna go down more. That's what I would play if I do, because right here it's so much resistance up top. I don't see a point of playing call. If I do play it, I would play to the downside, but that up to you. Well, you just wait for, or you could do a straddle and then price, do the see how much they price in, and then play accordingly. But this is a potential play here that do have some kind of setup for you. All right. McCormick's supposed to do well, right? Because they have pricing power. People need to buy spice, and right now it's going sideways. So I mean, undetermined. How much is going to move? That's another question. So usually I would just play after earning. This one, Chewy, it lagging over the market wise. So at this point, I mean, I would just wait. This is also discretionary, but I think this something it might do well, because people are gonna spend money for the pet, right? So at this point, it's already make that bottom base. I mean, if anything, long sideways setup, possibly. 100-day moving average is not that big deal, but this is the main trend line here. So we do have like $10 to move up, right? That's like a decent amount. So yeah, that's like 15% of move or back down here. I mean, it's something to play. It's possible for bullish. Now, next one we have, I think, is Micron. Micron here is questionable. It's very weak compared to the market, right? The tech rally last week, the chip rally last week, this stock didn't do anything. It stayed right below this setup. This uptrend line right here is broke down, right? So basically, it put in a double top here, triple top. If you consider this, and this is a lower high, and then lower high, it ramped all the way down and moved back right here, and right under this uptrend line. So to me, I mean, like people think this is gonna do well, but technically, I see if anything, I would play to the downside for my purpose. That's what I bet. I mean, whatever I say is not a financial advice, okay? So just so you know, I mean, this is all my freaking like personal opinion, and no one watching this channel anyway. So whatever, right? So, but if anything, downside, I probably gonna set up to the downside, and before it's gonna come out, I believe. What day is this gonna? Oh wow, on Tuesday afternoon. Lulu here, questionable. I mean, the setup right here is bullish setup, but the downtrend, we still have the main downtrend line here. I mean, I wouldn't play this at all. I mean, if anything to the downside, or I'll just wait for it to go up here somewhere and then short it back down. So at this point, it's a holdout on me. RH, oh man, this is the, I think this might do well. I'm not sure why it's been like, slowly dying here, but this setup still looks good, but it overall market wise, it didn't do well. So the housing market, I mean, housing market is okay right now. Whether or not people are going to spend all that money too, this is a high end, right? Decoration housing stuff. So at this point, I mean, maybe not. I would just stay away and wait for this to see after earning, and then play continuation afterward. PVH here, I mean, look at this breakdown of the sideways, right? Sideways consolidation for like a year, and it broke down. Now it's trying to move back up. Be honest, anything, I would go downside on this one. Okay, I'll wait and see how the earning is. But if anything, our situation a long-term downside for this one. I'll wait for it to come back up here and then short it, or go back all the way up here to the trend line and short it. But I am all negative on the discretionary. BNTX, this one, no play. I don't know anything about that. This one, PayX, PayX. The setup look bullish. At this point, we'll see what happened, but it's like escalating to make the step here. But it already broke high. It looked bullish, but I'll wait and see how this one's. I'm not sure how well the small business doing. Either at this point. I mean, this quarter should be decent. Shouldn't be bad, but the current quarter, I think, might have some problem, and then the next quarter, if nothing resolved in inflation, the oil price, and all that stuff, most likely they will do bad. 5 and below, I think people probably gonna suck in here it's in this long big sideways channel at this point. I mean, if anything, I'm more bullish for this, but dollar store and the 5, they all do well. I think $5 store would do well too, but how big this gonna move, that's questionable. So if anything, I would forward this to the upside. All right, and then Walgreens setup is kind of weird. It's like they've been consolidating, is kind of weak, and then at this point, it's either break above, continue the sideways, or it's just going to break down here. I'm not sure what's going to happen. If anything, I think straddle for this one should be good. Maybe like $49 and $46 straddle. It depends on how the price is. You could set it up. That might be a case, or just downside. I'm not sure how Walgreens going to do. I mean, it's in the healthcare sector, so this should be at least decent. But so at this point, it's very undetermined. But straddle is something you could try to do. Okay, and then we have coin. This one, last quarter, I don't think people trade. People are losing money. So I'm not sure if they're going to make money or not. I think they're not making money, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. But right now, the setup is not bullish. It's not bearish either. I'm a little bit more bullish, but at this point, I'll just wait and see what happens. And then we have Blackberry, last but not least. I'll just wait. I mean, it's I shouldn't have been put this as $8 stock. You know, it went up crazy last week because of the FOMO. We'll see it's gonna continue, but we do have to end the earning for this week. We'll see. But at this point, guys, that's it for for the setup for next week. I don't think, to be honest, I think the FOMO gonna die down this week with all this thing, but we'll see. I might be wrong again, and just set up your trade accordingly. Okay. Anyway, have a good trading week and good luck. Bye bye.